Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Mash and Drum Whiskey Wednesday night, coming off a Mash and Drum Whiskey Tuesday night from last night. What is going on, everybody? Nice to see you all. Yeah, we have a hell of a show tonight. Not only are we going to be cracking open some new bottles, but also getting into a lot of new samples that I've gotten, including the new Heaven Hill Deatsville 20th anniversary edition. Oh, commemorative edition. That's what it's called, the Commemorative Edition. So yeah, it's just been, it should be really cool. Looking forward to tonight. Also, we have the new Shenks, which I have poured now. We have the McBrayer 250th Commemorative Edition. So there's a lot to get to tonight. So it should be a lot of fun. Let me see here. What is going on, everybody? Everybody. Oh, must be nice. Jason's at it again. There we go. Guys, loading in here. Actually, hold on, guys. I got to refresh the stream here real quick. Give me 1 second. All right. I think we're back. Sorry, guys. Something was going on with the stream, I think. Let me see. Are you guys having any? Oh, no. You guys are good? Oh, it's just like, for some reason, it's like cut off on the bottom. I thought it was like delayed. All right, what's going on, folks? All right, so let's start with saying hi to some people in the chat here. We have the Bourbon Coach. Salute, everyone. Nathan Jurgensen is here. We got Travis Robeson. What's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Jason K is here. What's up, Jason? Cheers all. Starting the night with some 70th anniversary Wild Turkey. There you go, man. Justin Jenkins is in here. Dusty CNA pick in the Glen. We have A-Brod is in the house. We have Russ L, John Legalbo, the Dr. Sped is here. He's got Shenks 2024 in the Glen. Very cool. Reesmash is here. What's going on, Reesmash? Josh Fritz is here. Tim Cornet, Randall Erickson. What's going on, man? Who else is here? Josh Fritz. What's up, Fritzy? Robert Schemmer is here. Who else we got? Philosophize is here. What's up? Happy Whiskey Wednesday to you. What else we got going on? Freeport Steve is here. What's going on? My Bourbon Buddy. What's going on, man? Sunday Evening Scotch. Nice to see you again, Mike. James Morgan is here. JG in the house. We got Ben Drammond. Russ L. Very, very nice. Oh, let me turn that off. That doesn't need to be on. All right. Who else is here? Sorry, guys, just rolling through the chat, making sure I didn't miss anybody here. Let's see here. Jeff, Jeff Perkins, John Farron, Brian Newton is here. Alan Clark, James Lay, what is LFG? Cheers to Mash and Drum. Hopefully your Knicks can make a series of it. Yeah, I'm definitely very, very excited for the Knicks, obviously this year. So it should be a lot of fun. Just like the fact that they made it to the finals after so many years. I mean, it's been the 60s or the 70s since they made it, since they won a championship, and they haven't made the finals since the 90s. That was the year that Jordan retired to play baseball for a little while. They ended up losing that, but yeah, they're doing pretty good. Let's see here. Cheers all. Cool stream yesterday, Jason. Yeah, I apologize, guys, for like the quality of it. You know, a lot of people reached out and kind of were going through the quality of the actual live stream. And here's the thing, like beforehand, we checked the speed of the internet connection, and it was like super, super fast. I'm like, oh, all right, well, we shouldn't have any issues here. But apparently we did. In hindsight, I think what we do next time is just record it live, and then I would post it later. You know, I'd edit it and then post it after the fact. So yeah, I think I would just do that. Let's see here. Big Mo MC is here. Patrick Littledew, Russ L. Yeah, it's like one of those things where you try to plan for some sort of. You try to plan for it to be like perfect, but it just didn't really work out that way, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Okay, here. What's up, Jason? Boot County 14 year in the glass here. I enjoyed the live stream, regardless of hiccups. Still enjoyed it. Yeah, most people said they could still hear the audio, and then some people were saying like if they dropped it to a lower quality, it worked better for them. I don't know. I guess it was too much camera power to go through the Wi-Fi at Wild Turkey. So you live and learn. It's the first time we've done it. I basically had to dismantle my whole studio, bring everything over. So it is what it is. Yeah, I think everyone using their phones too probably like a lot of people were switched on to the Wi-Fi. That might have been an issue too. So, but it was, I can't say enough how amazing that experience was to sit down with Bruce. Everybody there was like big, whiskey nerds, and, everybody loved it. And it was, man, it was so cool. I couldn't say enough about the experience. I can't say thanks enough to Bo and the team at Campari and Bruce Russell for green lighting this whole idea. So I'm looking forward to doing more there. But like I said, we'll probably just record it. And some people were asking me like why the angle was the way it was. That tasting room, and we have a few guys that were there last night. The tasting room where we do the tasting, it's so tight in there. Like if I put my camera right in the middle, like right on us, it wouldn't have looked great. It would have been in the way of like, a dozen people. And it's also really tight. So there's really nowhere to situate it. So it was like in front of us, like dead on. I would have needed like a big boom camera or something, which I don't have. So that would have been the only thing too. So, that's why the angles were like so off to the side. But yeah, we'll get into the Deatsville here soon. Cheesy gold foil bottles for everyone to make up for it, says Resmash. Yeah. Everybody got to get their bottle and get it signed, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a very cramped space. The camera in the middle would not have worked for the people there in person. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That was, when the original idea was to be outside, we thought, okay, that could definitely work a little bit better, but it just wasn't going to happen with the weather. I couldn't tell what was going on. I thought it was on my end. I was yelling at my kid, my neighbor, my dog. It was a situation. Damn good week, Jason Nix, Bruce Russell. Sean thought Drum Key was unicorn tears. You better buy a lotto ticket. Congrats on the week. Yeah, it was definitely a good week. That whole video that the junkies posted thinking it was Stag and Heaven Hill 19. I'm like, no. I'm like, listen, I'd love the debut, but it's not like that level good. But hey, who am I to argue? It was great. Didn't come here for an IT update though, says Kellen. Didn't. Okay, man. All right. People were asking. Just want to let everybody know. Didn't come here for an IT update. Okay. Well, with that said, ooh, that smells good. We're gonna get into the Shenks. I was concerned for your safety. Those chairs at Wild Turkey were very high, says Resmash. It was fine. I had a stool. I had a leg rest. Sucks how many people went to that tasting just to flip the bottle. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to come with the territory. And, Bruce knew it was going on because guys were doing it in the fucking parking lot. So there was no way to get around it. It really was what it was. It just sucks. So, all right, guys, we have a lot of stuff to taste through tonight. So let's get to it. First, we're going to try the Shenks 2026 release from Michter's. Now, this is... it's funny because Michter's sends me bottles for review. Not everything, but just last year they started sending me the Shenks and the Bombergers. This year I was supposed to get, again, the Shenks and the Bombergers, and I got 2 Shenks instead of a Shenks and Bomberger. So I would have tasted the Bombergers for you this tonight, but I didn't get that. I got 2 Shenks. How did it feel to do a live without floor whiskey obstacles? Yeah, it still felt that way, John, because it was still pretty tight in there. Who stopped the glass? Oh, dropped the glass? It wasn't actually glass that dropped. Wild Turkey has these like glass toppers that go on top of the glass, and that's what fell. Actually, I hate to call him out, but it was Matt Bunch from Barrel King that dropped his. He actually lifted the glass to his mouth without knowing or seeing the glass thing, and it fell right down his shirt and onto the floor. It was kind of funny. Tell me about that Providence single barrel next. Freeport C. We're going to get into that later for sure. Yeah, we're going to get some. I'm sorry. I would say Shenks. Is it Shenks? Probably Shenks. I have the 2026 Bombergers. It's just okay. Not worth $110. All right. Whiskey BS. Thank you for the review. I don't have to do one now. I appreciate that. Honestly. All right. The April Louisville-based Michter's Distillery released 2026 Shenks Homestead Kentucky Sour Mash. Let's get into the details this year because they do happen to change this around each and every year. So wonderful opportunity to work on Shenks and Bombergers. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I'm skipping all the marketing speak for you guys, as I always like to do. This year's Bombergers again brings whiskey, Hungarian oak. All right, bye-bye. Both types of oak were now juicy. All right, what about Shenks? So this year's Shenks, they said, in addition to this whiskey being a bit rye forward, we used caramel malted barley, which offered a nice caramel bread pudding note that balances the beautiful spice. The cooperage we use include some 24-month air-dried French oak from the Vosges forest, as well as some 60-month air-dried American oak, and this helps impart a special character to this Shenks release. So you have two different types of oak that we're using there, including the 24-month French oak. Now, this is the same this is the same forest that they used the oak for the PFG. So same type of wood, I guess. I'm not sure if the month air dried, term is as long. I have to go back and look at the stats for that. But they're also using caramel malted barley, which is kind of an interesting note. So let's get into this one. Here we go. And guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. I wasn't thinking about going live tonight, but I had so many samples that I got. I know it must be nice, but I was like, I can't. I have to get to all these because I'm going to have to do reviews for all these really soon. So let's crack them open tonight and see what we got. So guys, real quick, next week I hope to announce the final date for Blendageddon, as well as announce some of the bottles that are going to be in the giveaway and in the fundraiser. Again, if you guys are interested in donating a bottle to the Blendageddon fundraiser, again, this is going to go to Nationwide Children's Hospital right here in Columbus, Ohio. So if you guys want to help just an amazing children's hospital here in Columbus, think about donating a bottle. I have a bunch of bottles that I'm donating. I think this is the most I'm donating this year. I think it's going to be around 15 to 20 bottles just coming from me. And I know they're everything from Jack Daniels. I think I have a Stag in there. I think I have a couple Wellers in there. What else do I have in there? A couple of our barrel picks. There's just a whole mess of stuff in there. So yeah, I really can't wait for it to happen. Now, if you guys are interested in donating a bottle, there's a link below in the description of the video. But if you need to, I can copy the link here. And I can just drop it in the chat here for you guys before I forget. And actually, I will pin it. I will pin the link. That's the form you need to fill out if you want to donate a bottle. And guys, it could be a bottle donation. It could be a set of samples. It could be whatever you want. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I don't get hate for Bombergers. The whiskey market is backwards. If you, Pablo, at Rare Character, put 8+-year-old Michter's whiskey finished in Chiquapin Oak, they would sell it at $4.50 Brook Hill. Buttercuts, you're not wrong. I actually smell the French oak on here. There's a big hit of French oak. I haven't had many caramel malted ryes or caramel malt-based spirits, but the one I can think of that jumps out immediately is Hard Truth. Hard Truth uses them in a few of their releases, and I feel like I'm getting a similar like profile there, where it's kind of coming off a little bit like French toast. Nick Foles, I've still never seen a Bombergers PFG. Dude, they were really limited. They were really limited. Take Legend. Dude, don't even put that in the chat. Somebody can kick his ass out, please. That shouldn't even be brought up. I enjoyed the Hard Truth caramel malt and the chocolate malt. Yeah, this is like French toast. It's like sugary sweet. It's really good. Let me try it on the palate. Here we go. Cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight for a second night in a row. Hope you're not sick of my ugly face yet. I'll tell you what, it is very rye forward, and it's also very bready. It's bready. Again, that French toast comes through, but I also feel like I'm drinking French toast in a way where it's very bready. Oh, we're sick of you, but we like I appreciate that. Yeah, man, it was like, yeah, it's like drinking French toast. You have this. There is like a really rich baking spice note, I think, from the French oak, but then that rye breadiness really takes over. I mean, it's sweet, but it is very rye forward. Shenks 25 versus 26. I'll have to get I'm trying to remember which year it was where I actually liked the Shenks more than the bomb burgers because it was a butterscotch bomb that year, and I'm trying to remember what year that was. I don't know if it was like 21 or 22. It was an older one, but I haven't had a Shenks since then that I really loved. 23 was the butterscotch one. That sounds like it's too close. Was it? Damn son, someone got kicked only 20 minutes. People be pre-gaming hard. That guy has been in the chat before, and he just spews like a lot of inappropriate stuff, and I just don't want that in the chat. So if he's coming in hot this early, he could get kicked out early. Why not? Oh, thanks, Roberto. Yeah, this has a nice, sweet French toast, hint of maple syrup type of profile. Definitely spicy. But I think that's kind of a good thing for Shenks. I think it drinks above its proof. Again, this is a lower proof. You know, Shenks comes in at 91.2 proof, $120 retail. It does. It comes off like a rye whiskey. I know that's not what it is, but it definitely drinks like a rye. Yeah, 2023. Okay. Just poured some of the Austin Nichols gold foil art. Oh, look at you, Sunday evening scotch, getting into it. Let me. I think I have the. Is that on? Oh shit! Sorry, guys. That was probably loud. There we go. So I want to get the bottle cam on for you guys without knocking over every bottle I have. There we go. So there's the Shenks. Here's sheet 2026. There you go. Again, it just kind of bugs me each year that they don't tell you exactly what they do to this bottle each and every year. It's kind of annoying because that's my biggest gripe with Shenks and bomb burgers. They change it just a little bit each year, but they don't tell you exactly what they change. Like this year is the caramel malt, but they don't tell you that on the bottle. So going in, you're just kind of buying it blind unless you're a real bourbon geek and you're reading press releases. So. Shit, we got Matt Calori. What's up, James? You dick, that was funny. Jason, ask Rarebird to send you a bottle of his new Renegades to sample. Cracked it tonight and it's fire. Okay. Sure, Jason just poured a Shenks 2023. Is that Fault Line 10 year on the barrel? I did not like it at all. No, that's the Fault Line 19 year. That's a whole different beast. I haven't had the 10 year, but the 19 year is exceptional. Smoke Tamale Allen. Let's go. What? Is that more spam coming in the chat? JC and friends. Let's see. Oh, Slapshot is here. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. All right. How would I rate this? I don't know. This is a try before you buy for me. I don't think it's okay. I mean, if you want to drink a rye, just get a rye. It feels very rye forward, but this one just isn't doing it for me. I like the use of caramel malt. I think it does give it a little extra edge than normal with Shenks. But other than that, I just I don't know. Oh, okay. There is there a Russell 13 year release or just the CGF? Yes, the Russell's 13 year this year is actually going to be the 45th anniversary of Eddie Russell. So, and apparently, what Bruce said last night, there's going to be some really good whiskey in that release. It's going to be a pretty good blend. So yeah. Shenks is a shank. Yeah, probably shank this one. Don't do it. Will the increased amount of available product to the market lead to an increase in disclosure on bottles, allowing us to find alternatives to those we cannot find or obtain easily? Thanks in advance. Hold on, let me think about that. Will the increased amount of available products in the market lead to an increase in disclosure on bottles, allowing us to find alternatives to those we cannot find? I think so. The problem with that is that if you're looking for alternatives to all of these super high end 22-year Heaven Hill and cheesy gold foil archives, if you're looking for alternatives to those, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to find alternatives to those. But some of the more like premium yet not so premium releases are definitely easier to find, I think, alternatives for, because there's just so many like great barrel proof offerings. The one category that I still think is lacking is high age barrel proof wheated bourbon. That is the one area where I think is still lacking on the shelf. You just don't see it very often. We have Green River full proof. I get it. That hit the market. But that you're still looking at, 6, maybe 7 years old for those. I'm talking about 10-year plus barrel proof wheaters. Something that could be like a great alternative to like a William LaRue Weller type of release. Not saying to that level, but something closer to that. Jason I like the 2025 Shenks. ECBP, I'm guessing, is not coming out. And I also haven't heard anything about a May release for the rye this year. So I don't know what's going on with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. You know what? I'm going to write to the marketing contact that I have at Heaven Hill, and I'll see if I can get an answer next year. Next week. Next year. Obviously, my mind is tired right now, but I'm going for it. Yeah, Maker's Mark Cellar Edition, I think, is a good call out. However, I would like it to be something other than Maker's Mark. just saying. Something other than Maker's Mark. You have the old Fitzes that come out that are high ages, but those are only 100 proof. So, I don't know. I'm just looking for a little bit more variety in that category. Waiting patiently for Old Glory. I know, man. We are too. We are releasing this Providence single barrel this Friday. Then I think our Buffalo Trace pick will be coming out. And then hopefully after that, we should have the Old Glory. Green River tastes young to me. Yeah, that's what I mean. Bernheim? Dunny, I was never a Bernheim fan. There's just something about Bernheim that just doesn't. Well, Bernheim is also a wheat whiskey. It's not a wheated bourbon. So, yeah. Did Bruce mention anything about the Russell 10 LLME snafu rumor there was 15-year? Oh, yeah, Reese Mash. You just go back and watch the interview I did with him live on this channel last year. He said a lot of stuff, and he did mention that there was some. There'll never be. He basically said there'll never be a batch like Russell's 10-year from last year. Good point. 12 to 15-year Green River will hit. Smoke Tamale Allen. What's going on, man? Christian Mojica, Rebel 10-year is good. Rebel 10-year is good, but again, that's just more Heaven Hill. Just more Heaven Hill stuff. I want another brand to hit with like a high age wheated cast strength. I know I'm being too picky. I get it. So this is a good point. I want to try Maker's Mark all age in the rick house. Enough of this limestone cellar shit. I understand it hits their taste vision. That's the term they always use. It's not mine, it's theirs. But I'm just curious, what would an all rick house age? I mean, if they want to rotate them up and down, that's fine. But just leave it in there for the term of the aging. Don't Don't put it in that friggin' limestone warehouse. So I don't know. I would like to try that at some point. Still seeing a lot of ECBP from last year on the shelf. Yeah, and I was thinking about this. Maybe it's an actual strategy by Heaven Hill to not release any Elijah Craig Barrel Proof this year, because ever since they took away, hear me out. Ever since they took away the age statement, once after we got through, 23, that 23, what was it, 23C? The crazy 13-year batch that everybody loved, laser coat or not, people love that batch. And after that, we didn't really have like a phenomenal standout Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Were there solid ones? Absolutely. But I'm just saying, maybe they're pausing for a year to reset it and maybe get some excitement back. If they hold it out a year and then it comes back next year, then maybe people will be excited again. Maybe they saw that it wasn't really selling. It was sitting on shelves, so they gave it a little bit of a pause. That's my theory. I feel like they were getting a lot of shit and it wasn't selling anymore and it wasn't moving the needle. Not to mention all the crazy releases that Heaven Hill has put out that are age stated and high age as well. That could contribute to a lot of maybe some of those barrels going into some of these new releases. There's a lot of reasons why we may not be seeing Heaven Hill, or I should say Elijah Craig Barrel Proof this year. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have enough whiskey to probably put some out. Of course they do. But whether or not it's to the level that they want for an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, that's another story. So I do think there's something to that. What's up, Toasted Goat? Most of the EC private barrels are better than the batches, in my opinion. Cedar Ridge has a lot of barrels getting more age and starting to release older stocks. They have some weeded bourbon potentially on the older ages. Yeah, Alan Clark, totally huge fan of Cedar Ridge. You've heard me talk about them here. Love it. Makes sense. I see a lot of ECBP sitting on the shelf. Yep. Jason, you owe me $89.95. Bought the Booker's 26. Thought it tasted just like Booker's. Really? You didn't think it was like an elevated? That thing to me is so much sweeter than regular Booker's. I've gotten like 35 messages of people telling me how good that Booker's is. And then I've gotten like a few that are like, it's not that special. So I don't know. I feel like if you don't really like this year's Booker or this first batch, maybe you like more of the peanut forward ones, because it's not peanut forward at all. I mean, there's a hint of that, but it's definitely on the sweet side. So I think it just depends. They're holding back to get our interest. Are they our distillery or our wives? A little bit of both, maybe. They can wait a few years as far as I'm concerned. Bring back the age statement 10 plus, says William Hall. Yeah, I could see that maybe happening too. Cedar Ridge is killing. ECBP is basically a daily safer. I just don't want them to bring back at a higher price point after not releasing for a while. That's a good point as well. Oversaturation, most markets with ECB picks combined with batches. Folks just got tired. Yeah, it happens, man. That's a great point too. The B525 was probably my favorite batch post C923. So for sure. Hey, what's up? Hey, you got EMC Roll. What's up, Emily? How you doing? Nice to see you. Anyone try the EHC 4 grain as compared to the older ones? I have a bottle of that on the way, so hopefully, I don't have an old one to compare it to. I've had the older ones before, but I wouldn't know. I've heard it's like not as good as some of the older ones, but some people really like it. But you never know if people just really like it because they haven't had it in a while. Speaking of that, if you guys don't know what we're talking about here, Buffalo Trace they literally announced on May 21st a return of these two like sought after Colonel E.H. Taylor expressions, the 4 grain and the cured oak bourbons. Now, the two limited releases pay tribute to Colonel E.H. Taylor. We know that. Buffalo Trace had 4 grain first release in 2017 will become an annual release and will be available at the distillery gift shop, the Sazerac House, and select Kentucky and Louisiana retailers. Cured Oak, returning for the first time since 2015, will be distributed nationally through Sazerac's allocation network to select retailers, bars, and restaurant. Both releases carry a suggested price of $79.99. These are going for about $500 on secondary, by the way. These are 100 proof, as you guys know, but they are back. If that's not a sign of the soft market right now, I mean, what is? I mean, that's crazy. That cured oak and 4-grain are just going to be annual releases now. That's nuts. Well, at least 4-grain is. Cured oak they're releasing this year, but 4-grain becoming an annual release, dude, that's wild. Do you have the new Bowman Rye on the way to review? Corey Stewart? No, I'm hoping to get a sample of that one, though. And the new cured oak is only 10 years. The older release was 17. Oh, that's a good little tidbit. Yeah, secondary is ridiculous. Jason, who'll be the next maker or NDP to go under? I don't know, man. I never like to speculate on that because there's so many good people out there making great whiskey. I don't know, man. Because there's a difference, like completely go bankrupt or like get bought. Because it's two different things, and it could go either way, especially in this market with the way things are. So I don't know. I don't like to speculate on that stuff because I want everybody to be successful. But I could see if there's a situation where an NDP just isn't getting the. I could tell you for sure that there are some NDPs that are probably going to be slowing a lot of production down of stuff that you saw on the shelf. They're going to be pulling back because some of those NDPs that have been contract distilling have pulled back a lot of their volume because they can't sell what they already have. So they've stopped those contracts. So there's something for that to be said. So I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Me this morning. I'm not waiting 2 hours on a live Buffalo Trace. Me later in the morning waiting for 2 hours of Buffalo Trace. Yeah, Jeff, I know you were there. Any word on 4-Gate? No. Obviously, 4-Gate hasn't been putting things out, so the only thing I could speculate is that 4-Gate is probably maybe they could either be selling off some stocks, they could be holding on to some stocks just to see what the market's going to do, but they haven't been putting out anything because nothing was selling, unfortunately. And a lot of MDPs are going through that. I feel like all these EHTs and Wellers hitting the market is BT thinking the downturn is going to continue. Are they trying to sell sought after labels as much as possible now? I think that's again, you guys know I'm into sneakers, and there's a correlation here. Nike is doing the same thing with Jordans. A lot of people were pissed, like sneaker collectors. I've not been like a hardcore sneaker collector. Yes, I like shoes. I have a pretty decent collection, but a lot of like the hardcore collectors from back, in the early 2000s, they were really upset because Nike started putting out some of like the holy grail sneakers again, which does what? It drives down the value of the pair that they had originally. The big one I could tell you guys about is the unimportant thing here yet. Let me go with I'm going to try the Golf Edition Penelope here next. So Jordan Brand did a collaboration with a company called Undefeated, which is a, streetwear collaborator. And basically it was like the first collab ever done. I have 3 shoes as House of Bourbon. So this was like the first collaboration Jordan did with the Jordan 4. That was the silhouette they used. And it came out and it was like impossible to get. And then just like a bottle of Buffalo Trace 4-grain. And then all of a sudden, just this past year, they're like, we're going to re-release it. And they've also re-released a lot of other really hard to find shoes that all of a sudden are like hitting the market. It's like they're trying to get the interest back into the shoes because nobody was really buying Jordans anymore. So they had an old pair of like Wu-Tang Clan did a collaboration with Jordan years ago. It's like a black and yellow, Nike high top. It was like their colors. Came in special packaging, impossible to get. Jordan re-released them last year. So people were pissed. So I feel like there's some of that going on with whiskey too, where they're kind of releasing these old favorites. Some of them can't be re-released, obviously. If you're talking about like a Chateau de la Baude type of, number 1 from Bardstown Bourbon Company or something like that. But Buffalo Trace has the capacity to remake a lot of these special favorites that they want. And obviously, they want to get it quick to the market if they're coming out younger than they were before. So there's a lot of correlation to that. Okay. Jordan Tornado Survivor sneakers. That would be a thing. What's up, Donald Rance? Just got a new badass pair of New Balance. They're like a boat shoe look. They're fire. No, guys. So we spoke about this last week. This is the Penelope Golf Edition, which is now it's called the Architects of Golf. This is like and I'll show you guys a label here. Here you go. So the actual front of it is a golf course. So there you go. Age 6 years. And essentially, this is a release of their Architect, which is their French oak stave release. This is hole number 1. I think there's going to be many holes of this release going forward. So, Jason, thank you for not making fun of my Brooks last night. I really tried, Mike. I really tried. I really wanted to, but I tried. Exactly, Kenneth. Yes, the holes. We talked about this last week. On the back, they still kind of go through. There's literally a scorecard on the back, which I think is really interesting. So again, Penelope just kind of doing right by the packaging here. But this is just an Architect series. They're French oak finish. Hole number 1. So just kind of a spin on the Architect label. Lots of holes. I don't know if there's going to be 18 holes. Actually, let me see if I can find the press release for this from last week. Was there going to be 18 holes? That would be crazy if there was. Oh yeah, here it is. Limited edition golf series. So they're going to start with hole 1, hole 2, and hole 3. Hole 1 is the prize. Okay. Architects of Golf is a nod to the subtleties of the game. But in the late collection, so yes, they're going to go all the way to 18. All the way to 18 holes. Yep. There's going to be 18 of these things. Damn. Kind of different levels of French oak, I think, in some of these as well. These are going to be $60. $60. Penelope sent me this. I literally just got this today. Had no idea this bottle was coming. So felt like I could just crack it open, you guys. You're going to have to get some golf dunks to go with it. Matt Carter, yeah. Kenneth, I can't even read that. So the nose is very soft. It's very light. Not a lot going on. It's vanilla. It's a little bit of like that toasted oak marshmallowy note in here. Some cinnamon. Actually, it's not cinnamon. It's just more like oak spice. Maybe more like black pepper, white pepper, something like that. I don't really think it's cinnamon at all. Yep. Maybe a little citrus from that MGP. Let's give it a try. Let's try the hole, number 1. Man, this is very light. It's a light whiskey. Not light whiskey, but you know what I mean. It tastes light. Really not much to it. Vanilla, oak, sweetness. This is good for hole 1. I hope this is the warm-up, and I hope they get better because hole 1 isn't really doing it for me. Maybe you skip hole 1, you go right to hole 18. If these are going to get better as they go, because this one isn't really doing it for me. But, you know, Penelope, that's kind of in their DNA. They're not always going to put out these giant, like, barrel-proof behemoths. Their marketing has always been to be a more approachable whiskey, and that's exactly what this is. So if that's your thing, you might like the first hole. For me, I'd rather maybe hole like 18 will be the jam. But right now, yeah, it's not it. We have to copyright meh before everyone starts using it, yeah. More like 4. Yep, 4. That's like my shot in golf. I have the craziest slice in the world. It tastes young, too. It tastes young. No. That's not it for me. You want me to do the Provenance? I mean, it's a barrel pick, guys. I could do it if you want to. see me crack through the our pick, but yeah, maybe I'll do this next because the other stuff coming up is. What do you call it when you go bunker to bunker in golf? I don't know. What is that called, Buttercuts? Hey, what's up, Manny Villanueva? Yeah, buddy. Anyone else? Okay. And I'm waiting for the punchline from Buttercuts. Here it is. What do you call it when you go bunker to bunker in golf? I'm a little scared of the punchline, but what is it? After holes, you need to go back to the beaver. GG, idiot. What up, chat? What's up, Volt? Is there a punchline? How is KNL putting out better MGP than Penelope? I know. I'm still waiting for the punchline. I don't know if he's typing it or not. Link to buy Providence? I don't have the link yet. This is dropping Friday. Oh, maybe he's genuinely asking? I don't know. Is there a term for that? If you hit it from one bunker to the next bunker? I have no idea. I mean, to me, that just means I suck. That's what that is. Everyone puts out better MGP than MGP. It's a bolt. That is, you're not wrong. MGP puts out a couple of gems, but you feel like it should be a lot more frequent for what the stuff that they have. Playing on the beach? Yeah, I don't know. All right, so we picked this barrel because when we tasted it, let that open up a little bit. So this is a Bardstown Bourbon Company barrel. I believe it's 8 years old, 121 proof, 124 proof. And the reason why we picked this is because this literally, when we tried this thing was so viscous and so orange forward. It was like drinking Grand Marnier. If you guys don't know what Grand Marnier is, it's like an orange liqueur. Sometimes they put it in like margaritas for like a Cadillac margarita. It's, it gives you that little hint of like orange and citrus. But this kind of reminded us of that with like a bourbon, obviously more of a bourbon profile. But the viscosity and the, oh yeah, there it is, the orange, man. Holy hell. This smells like Christmas. Oh my God, yeah. That's it. This is so velvety. This is so... It's got a lot of thickness. Thickness. It's really... Man, that thing is just sitting on my palate after I tasted it. It's got a lot of like rich orange flavor, a lot of citrus notes. That's really good. Yeah, I'm going to get into the Deatsville here shortly. And the more this is opening up now, the more the orange and the sweetness comes out. Providence will drop it Friday on their site. Oh no, Night. This is a barrel pick that's just for the Master Journey Whiskey Club. Jay don't miss. Well, Hack, I'm going to give our group a little credit for this one because Jay had a lot of barrels from Bardstown. We tasted through like maybe 9 or 10 of them. This is the first one we tried in that lot. And we kept going back to this one. The others were okay. But this barrel, this was the one we kept going back to. Great spice. It's got a nice little oak funk to it to kind of let you know it's a bourbon, even though it's sweet. Oh. Actually, I'm going to put this to the side and let that open up. But here, you guys want to check out the bottle. Nice big logo. Right there in the front, age 8 years. Oh, I've been waiting for this bottle. Finally. I mean, we picked this back in September last year. So it's a killer pick. I'm going to let this open up because I feel like it needs a little bit of airtime. I'm going to put this over here and try more later when we do the Patreon live stream, but I'm going to put that there. Okay. Yeah, we have, there's more stuff here. I'm a little scared of this Bardstown release, but I kind of just want to get through this one real quick, and then we'll get to the Deatsville. Because I have actually 2 new samples from Heaven Hill that they sent that we'll get into. But let me get into this Bardstown real quick. Then I want to put these stags next to one another again, because I haven't returned to the 26A since I tried it a bunch of weeks back. So I do want to taste that again, because I have to do a review on it. Because, you know, I got some messages like, you have to go back to the 26A. I think it's better than 25D. I was like, that's a bold statement. So we'll see. So this is the new Bardstown Bourbon Company. Oh, you guys see that? So you open it, it has this card, and then there's the bottle. This is called the Mars. Welcome to Mars. Come on, let's get to the spaceship. Go to Mars. Curiosity doesn't stop at borders. It follows a liquid. There's nowhere we won't go. All right. What happens when, instead of leaving volume lost to the angels, we embrace the newfound space with something different entirely? Our collaboration with Mars Whiskey celebrates the boundless potential of bourbon when curiosity crosses tradition. So, let's see here. Wow, is that right? Yumishu plum barrels aged in the Japanese Alps and Sakura cherry wood aged in the volcanic south shape 2 distinct Japanese single malts. Now married with 2 exquisitely aged Kentucky bourbons together, they filled the space in aging barrels for another year of refined transformation as boundaries softened and character deepened. All right, so you have here, we'll read this. We'll read the stats here. Let me take that out. I know I'm a little scared of this one. Lots of marketing adjectives. Guys, this is as bespoke as it gets. All right. So you have, here are the stats here, guys. Let me clean that a little bit. All right, so 69% of the blend. Hey, 69. There you go. It's 10-year, 74-18, 18 whiskey, Kentucky whiskey. So guessing that's Barton. 8% is Kentucky 16-year, 75-13-12. So a little buffalo turkey in there. Little buff turkey, maybe. 20% Komasgataki 5-year, all 100% barley. And 3% Sunuki 5-year, also 100% barley. So 2 Japanese single malts with 2 different finishes. Please don't make fun of me for trying to say Japanese words. I'm sorry. Sorry if I probably butchered it, and I really apologize. Yes, Sandeep Chima, I have a appointment at the eye doctor coming up soon. So if you guys see me with glasses at some point soon, leave me alone if I have to use my phone. Shit. I think you mispronounced. Oh, I definitely mispronounced that, Reesmash. Sunuki. No, I definitely got Sunuki right, because I know how to pronounce that one. It's the other one that's really hard to pronounce. So let's see what we got here. I also have let's see, I think I had a short write-up for this one. Let's see here. That came from Bardstown Bourbon Company, just so I can I'm not going to try to read the actual things again, but at least I can give you some sort of information here. All right, so this is the Distillery Reserve Mars Single Malt Japanese Blend, bridges traditions and breaks new ground. Developed in collaboration, Japan's Mars Distilleries. We kind of talked about that. 100% malted barley. We are hopeful this collaboration will go up to new possibilities of art of whiskey making. 109.8 proof, and these will be $100 each, like most of their distillery reserves. So there you go. Okay. I think these are actually out now. I think this is out and about. Can we please stop mixing malt with bourbon? Let's see. Oh, a monocle sounds good. Need an old school magnifying glass. Yeah. Actually, doesn't actually smells kind of good. Let me go back in here. Yeah, 375 milliliter bottle. Okay. Yep. Nothing else. All right, guys. Let's get into this. So, I gotta say, the nose actually smells very fruit forward. I'm getting cherries and peaches. Tons of vanilla here. I'm wondering if the buffalo turkey is giving it some of those, because some buffalo turkey barrels are really fruit forward. So I'm wondering if that's where that's coming from. Do you have a current list of donated bottles, Mark Emenecker? I mean, I do have, yeah, what people put in the list already. I have to look at the responses. Hancock Reserve 2023 Bomb Burgers. Elijah Craig Single Barrel. Deatsville Strikes Back. Fred Minnick's 2024 Club Pick of the Year. Jim Beam Bonded. Old Glory 375 milliliter Christmas bottle. Sagamore Distillery exclusive Sour Ale Finish Rye. Reverie's The Raven 4, someone's putting up. Still Austin Bourbon, the Gaucho's Barrel Pick. A Silver Springs Rye 2025. Kentucky Owl Confiscated 2022. A Willett Family Estate 7-year Single Barrel Rye. Paul Sutton Kentucky Small Batch. Barstow Bourbon Company Cascadia. Cardinal Spirits Barrel Proof 5-year Store Pick. Penelope F. Cancer Barrel Strength. Old Forester King Ranch. Old Forester Black Label 100 Proof. Eagle Rare 12-year. 12. This one person is donating 12 bottles. Found North Batch 9. Oh, I think this is the same person. Wilderness Trail Single Barrel Rye. 10-year Bourbon and Rye. 10-year Pour Finish Rye. Old Glory Tennessee Whiskey Single Barrel. Maker's Mark 2024 The Heart Release. E.J. Curley Frankfurt Bourbon Society Pick. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. And not to mention a bunch of the bottles that I have in there, which is, Stag, Jack Picks, a bunch of stuff. There's going to be a lot of crazy bottles, man. I think there's a couple Wellers in there. It's going to be pretty wild. All right, so I get like a cherry, apple, vanilla, peachy combination on the nose here. It's very fruit forward, which kind of is indicative of Japanese whiskey. Yeah, plum barrels was one of them. Plum barrels and cherry wood. Those are the two barrel types in here. So, I mean, the plum barrels could. I just don't know if that's. I mean, is that what it's going to do? It's going to add that much fruit because it is. It's very fruit forward. Vanilla, but it's like a very bright, like vanilla extract. It's very in your face to me. But there is a maltiness vibe to it for sure. Like the more you nose this, there is a maltiness vibe to it. It does come through. So let's give it a try. Oh, maybe. Come on, keep going. That is surprisingly really good. Is it a world beater? No. I like it way better than Cascadia. That's really interesting. It actually has a decent finish to it as well. This thing goes through a lot of different waves. If anything, this whiskey is really interesting. It has the maltiness is there, but not as much as I thought it was going to be based off the nose. I thought when I sipped this, it was going to be all malt and it would kind of kill the experience. But I think the fact that the 100% malted whiskeys that are used in here are in these different types of barrels, I think are really helping the case for this one. Yeah, no Legion. Terrence, I'm not breaking out Legion. Yeah, this one is I kind of dig it. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever had anything like this, and I think that's the cool part about it. Um, I mean, it's so like cherry, fruit forward. Um, you do get the malt, but you also get like the what's the word? Like the I don't think it's a word. Delicateness. I don't think that's a word. But like Japanese whiskey is very delicate. It's very floral. It can be very fruit forward. This to me has some of those attributes, but I feel like you get it more like on the mid palate and a little bit on the finish. But the rest of the whiskey, it's very bold. You get some oak. There's some like genuine, really good fruit flavors to this. I dig this actually. Is it going to win whiskey of the year? No, but is if you're just somebody that likes to try different things, this is actually really nice. This is interesting. This is cool. I like this one. I might like this more than the Amroot one that they did a couple of years ago. You guys remember the Amroot single malt? They kind of did that blend. That one I liked, but this one is better. This is better. It has a better finish to it, better mouthfeel. It's more interesting. The bourbon is strong in this one. It's not as malty as that one was. I think this would be more of a bourbon drinking crowd pleaser for this one. Um, is this similar to Ampersand Optimus finished in Tokai? I don't think it's that sweet, Hack and Mac. That's actually a really good question. I don't think it's that sweet. That Tokai finish on that one, Buffalo Turkey is already, for the certain barrels, it already a very inherently sweet. I think the Tokai adds another level of like grapey sweetness to this. This is more like dark cherry, dark fruit. I still feel like I get like a red apple peel in there, and then like the malt on the back end. It's not so much. It is malty, but it also is. It just gives you this nice level of cherry, dark cherry. There's like these really nice fruit flavors that build up on the back end of this one. Delicicity, maybe that's it. Japanese whiskeys can be very candy fruit sweet with some good barrel tannins and fatty acids as whiskey notes. I agree with you, but this whiskey is just kind of cool. It's I don't think I've tasted anything like this. There's a note on the back end I'm trying to pinpoint. Yeah, it's almost like this orange grape combination on the very back end with like a hint of that floral component from the Japanese whiskey. It's like orange blossom grape. There's a little honey too. This thing is wild. Guys, I'm telling you. I'm not saying run out and get it. Like I said, I don't think it's like the best whiskey in the world, but again, if you're a drinker that just likes to find interesting things, and here's the other thing I'll tell you. If you have an aversion to malt, you don't like malt at all, this is not that malty. The malt is there, but I think the fact that it's in two different finishing barrels or it's aged in two different exotic barrels, I think actually masks the maltiness a little bit. Now, could that change as there's some airtime that gets in there? Maybe. I guess we'll have to figure that out as it gets further down the bottle. But this is actually really good. I was scared of this whiskey, but I'm glad I got to try it. This is good. I'm hearing run out and get it though. No, I don't know, man. Here's the thing. If these hit secondary, do not overpay for this. I don't think it's like that level of good. But I think this is probably one of the better. This is probably the best one that they've done out of the last like couple. Like what was before Cascadia? What was the one that they released before Cascadia? I'm trying to remember. For the Distillery Reserve series. Yeah, Rare Bird. It's total nerd whiskey. Absolutely, man. I'm scared to look at that. Normandy. Oh, Normandy was pretty good. I like Normandy. But I do wish Normandy had a little bit more punch. This actually has punch to it. No, the church one is still my favorite, but this, I'm telling you, this is really good nerd whiskey. I'm telling you, I dig this a lot. This is really good. If you happen to be at Bardstown and they have this, if you're not, I mean, $100, yeah, it's a 375, but it's good. This is probably one of the most interesting things they've put out. I love this release. This is really good. I dig it. Good job. I was scared of this one, but I give it the thumbs up. I think this is good enough for a buy. Good enough for a buy. I don't even think you have to try before you buy it. However, if you want to, if you go to Bardstown, they probably have it at the bar. You probably try it. But I think it's good enough and not malty, like forward enough to let a lot of people would like it. Nice. I'm digging that one. But I'd argue that Amroot is better than Mars. Really? I would have to test that theory. I don't even know where my Amroot is, but back there somewhere. I did like Amroot, but I think Amroot is more malty than that is Rare Bird. Would you agree with that assessment? I don't think the Mars is nearly as malty as the Amroot was. Nice. Hope I could get in Louisville on Sunday. Is that the 100? Yeah, it's $100 375. Yeah, Amroot's on sale right now. You can get Amroot for like $90 now. I think the rye is why Amroot works. Oh, for sure. The rye definitely helps in the Amroot. Rare Bird, thanks for, I guess, supporting the live stream last night. I know the quality wasn't the best, kind of sucks, but like I said, we tested the damn internet. It just didn't, the numbers we got did not translate to the actual live stream. So I think next time we're just going to record it live with good quality and repost it. But we tried, but overall it was an amazing experience. And I was able to purchase a bottle. So if you guys haven't seen one of these in the flesh yet, yeah, here it is. So many little details on the canister. It's such a beautiful bottle, but the real magic is in the door here. As you can see right there, they have the actual original like Wild Turkey 12 Go label right there on the side. Just max headroom quality. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. Hot diggity dog. Yeah, swing. So if I put this on the bottle cam, there you could see the inside of the Wild Turkey 12-year. Let me see if I can get that closer there. There you go. So they just have the that original label design right there in the inside of the canister. Then of course you have the actual bottle that's in here. And then on the canister, there's just so many little details in this canister. This is like the callback to Master's Keep. I mean, that's the turkey that's on the side of the bottle. They have all these little Easter eggs in the artwork that you could find. I mean, yeah, and I understand, like, it's $400. You can't drink the canister, and it makes it, obviously, it adds a lot to the price, but, they just wanted to do it right, I guess. Must be nice. Damn, you deserve it for the event. Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. So, all right. Let's get into the Deatsville. Then I want to talk about this with McBrayer, and we're gonna do the stag head to head here again. Going to bunker. Bunker is called the Bin Laden. It's perfect, better than Russell Reserve 15 in my opinion. Yeah, Rarebird. I don't know if anybody got to hear how Bruce described it yesterday. The way he put it, and I think he said that somebody had told him it was like this. Like, this is how he described it. Russell's 15 is your favorite kick-ass song on an album. The archives is like listening to your favorite entire album. So Russell's 15 is the one song that does one or two things perfectly, amazingly well. But Austin Archives is an entire album that you could just sit there and listen to because there's so many layers to it. And I thought that was such a poignant and such a spot on way to describe the differences between Russell's 15 and the Archives. You have Russell's 15 that is just like your favorite song, but then, you know, you have the Archives, which is like your favorite album. I thought that was really cool. They squeezed a record in that tube too. Dang. Russell 15 was perfection. William Bedard. Yeah, great analogy. Although I like Beacon more than 15, but all of them are absolute titans. That's not even sketch. Yeah, I might describe it as Beacon with an extra gear. I think so, Jeff. I think Beacon is a little bit more. I think Beacon focuses a little bit more on the age, where this has some age to it, but it just gives you just more layers within the age. The butterscotch note that's actually in there that gives you that old school feel, along with the cherry cola. There's just so many great flavors to that whiskey. It's kind of wild. Okay, guys, let's get into this Deatsville because I have thoughts about this. So, here you go. I just got this. This was for immediate release. This is not embargoed, so I'm allowed to try this with you guys. This is the Heaven Hill Deatsville Commemorative Edition. Proof on this is 109. Rickhouse AA. Age, if you could see it, it's 13 years old. So here's the thing. I feel like this is a complete just copycat of Russell Single Rickhouse. That's basically what it is. Except instead of $300 that Campari is charging us, this release is going to be $200. So I will go through the details here of the Deatsville, give you the deets. Here's the press release. They did tell me for immediate release. Oh shit, that's the Michter's one. Sorry, where are the Deatsvilles? This one, that's the grain of glass. No, thank you. Where the hell's the Deatsville one? Is there another piece of paper? Oh, maybe it's in the box. Hold on. It's in the box. There it is. Okay. Get some glasses already? It's like Promise of Hope too. All right. No, I could read the title, man. I could read bold text. I just can't read tiny text anymore. Jeez. I'll get glasses when I'm ready. Leave me alone. Let me be blind as long as I want to before I have to get glasses. Okay. For immediate release, Heaven Hill Distillery honors a storied legacy with Heaven Hill Deatsville 13-year-old bourbon whiskey. Announces the release of Heaven Hill Deatsville 13. Okay, trying to skip through the bullshit. All right, here we go. One of the most distinctive aging sites in the distillery's 90-year history, bottled from just 17 barrels, aged on the third floor of Rickhouse AA. This release represents one of the final few opportunities to experience bourbon fully matured entirely at the Deatsville campus before the site transitions out of active aging. Now, my question is, why would you do that? If this is one of your most popular warehouses, why would you, why would you stop aging whiskey in there? Like, I don't get it. I don't know. Just doesn't make sense to me. I guess I'll have to ask more about that. The Deatsville campus, originally home to the shuttered T.W. Samuels Distillery, has been an enduring part of Heaven Hill's heritage since the 1980s when the company first assumed stewardship of the rickhouses. Today, it encompasses 167,000 barrels, constructed with tiered roof architecture, a distinctive design that promotes a natural stack effect, allowing warm air to rise and escape while drawing cooler air inward through lower openings. This airflow dynamic creates subtle differences in the maturation. Okay. Crafted from a traditional mash bill. So this is their regular mash bill, guys. 78, 10, 12. 10 rye, 12 malted barley. Heaven Hill Deatsville 13-year-old bourbon whiskey reflects 13 years of maturation within this unique structure. The MSRP for this limited release will be $199.99. Now, being that there's only 17 barrels, this is probably going to be stupid limited. That's what I'm guessing here. Gosh, there's a lot of text on this crap. Over the decades, Deatsville barrels. All right, so this talks about the kind of the legendary releases that have used Deatsville whiskey. Parker's Heritages have used it. The Promise of Hope. Let's see what else. All right, that's it. Let's get into it. It doesn't say when it's going to be rolling out, but if I got a sample bottle, it's probably rolling out any day now. So this I remember standing out as one of the releases that we were kind of excited about when we kind of found it on the TTB. So we'll figure this out here. Oh, ADHD Whiskey's here. What's up, man? These rick houses don't last forever. I thought a lot of the Parker's release come from Deatsville. This is why there's no ECBP. Fucking love those Deatsville picks. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Lots of text. You're just blind like my old ass. No, that's probably one of the biggest press releases I've seen. I think it's like 3 pages long. Rare Bird, while you're in here, I'm hearing a lot about your one of your next. Is it a Caleb's Crossing or a Raconteur Rye that you released that people are talking about? I need samples. Last I heard, I have to do the tour in order to get a bottle. Just picked OF 117 High Angel Share. Oh, rye. Oh, that's cool, Bob. Did you try it yet, Bob? All right, so let's get into this Deatsville. The 12-year Rocket Tour. I think that might be it, but isn't there a name for it? Is it a Renegade? The Renegade or something? Forgot what it has a name to it. The Renegade. They that's what it is, Raise Mash. See? I knew I'm not getting. I might be losing my sight, but I'm not losing my memory. They're online now. Drop the link, Rare Bird. I'll buy one right now. Renegade and Decode. Are they on Bourbon Outfitter, I'm guessing? Bourbon Outfitter. They on Bourbon Outfitter? Next one is called the Woodford. Shop rye. Is it not Bourbon Outfitter? Where's it at? Gold Tempo gets you 17% off. Hey, Abandoned Bourbon's in the house. What's up? Despite what his dad, Rare Bird knows how to make great whiskey. Yes, exactly. Oh, it's on the Raconteur Rye website. Oh, fancy ass. He has fancy pants in it. Oh, there it is. Oh, Raconteur Rye. It says no products found. What the hell? Is it sold out now? I think it's sold out now, buddy. Unless, hold on a second. Oh, no, maybe it's not. Oh, here we go. Buy now. What do you got there? Oh, there's Decode. And there's Renegade. Okay. Renegade. Add to cart. Boom. Buy with shop. Sorry, guys. I know this is boring, but I want to get this before I forget. All right. Is that the right? Wait, what? No, this one. Yep. My card. Pay now. And got it. Thank you very much. See? You gotta support each other. I could see James Lay. Shut it. Okay. Guys, don't stop worrying about my eyesight. It's there. All right, let's get into this Deatsville so I can shut up now. All right, nose on this. Fucking fantastic. Cherry pecans, like sugary sweet pecan. Sweet oak. I mean, it's the Heaven Hill profile without going too far into the Heaven Hill profile. Oh man, it's like borderline cherry cola. Like that's how rich the cherry is here. It's like cherry cola, toasted oak spice. Then you get into this pecan borderline milk chocolate note that's on the nose too. Yeah, guys, get it. Get it. Don't say I ever did anything for you. Still waiting for that drum key to come in. Yeah, Reesmash, it's on the way. I shipped it late because I had so much going on getting ready for the Wild Turkey thing. So as soon as you get the rye, let me know. I'm only buying if ADHD buys it. Well, here's the thing. I'm buying it blind. I've never tasted it. But I'm guessing a good 12-year rye is probably pretty good. Yeah, this bourbon is very candy too on the nose. There's some really rich sweet flavors. Oh, I got to get decode too. All right, well maybe I'll try decode too. All right, let me try it. Cheers. Here's the best thing about this whiskey. It's the texture. The texture is crazy. It is. We were talking about how the texture on that Providence pick is. It hits just like that. It sits on your palate. It's thick. It's rich. But this is, I mean, it literally hits like one of the best, like Elijah Craig barrel proof picks you've ever had. That's what it tastes like. It's got so much, the texture. I'm still blown away by the texture of it. The Renegade's on the Rack and Tour Ride website. So this brings you, there's actually a little citrus in there too. Orange peel, cherry cola, pecan pie, a little bit of pecan pie. Like a very lightly baked pecan pie. It's not super dark and super molassesy. It's kind of a light pecan pie on the palate. But the palate is so like syrupy. That's the standout part of this one. So finish goes on. Great proof point to this. The finish lingers. It's a really well put together bourbon. Is it $200 good? I don't know, because like some of the single rick houses, and I'll say it, you guys know I'm always honest here, or I give my honest opinion. Not saying you always agree with my opinion, but if you think of the single rick house from Turkey, F and E, Camp Nelson F and Camp Nelson E, big standouts. Camp Nelson B, Camp Nelson C, for $300, I could have passed on those all day long. Could have saved myself $300. Those were a skip for me because I've had barrel picks, including from Rare Bird, including barrel picks that I've picked myself and from others that seem to like get up to that level or were even better than those single rick house B and C. But F and E were super special. This to me, because this is the Heaven Hill version of single rick house, feels like a really, really, really good Elijah Craig barrel proof pick, which would make sense because if you ever got one and were lucky enough to get a single barrel from Deatsville that had this type of texture and this type of flavor, it tracks, right? Obviously, this is a 17 barrel blend, so they're still getting all this viscosity and all this rich flavor. It's a beautifully blended whiskey, beautifully blended bourbon, but yeah, I think the 109 proof actually does do a lot to it. Scroll up is useful too. What? Scroll up. Versus C923, it doesn't have that type of age. I can tell you right now, Whiskey Habit. C923 has that old, rich oak note to it. This does not have that. This has more of a sweet oak vibe to it. Got my rye symbol this last week, and it's very bourbon friendly. Yes, that was the idea, was to make rye symbol a bourbon drinker's rye for sure. The Deatsville bottle is a little too pricey in my opinion. Almost $500 after tour and purchasing the bottle. So this is on a tour you can get. Wow. Okay. So it's basically like a $200 bottle. You do bourbon style bottle essentially in terms of how good it makes sense. Yeah. I think that's actually kind of even a simpler way to put it. It's good. I mean, it's got some age to it. I think this feels like yeah, it's like I really like it. I'm just not sure I like it for $200. I've had Elijah Craig barrel proof picks that can probably dance with this very easily. So, is it a great blend? Yes. Is it from a storied rickhouse? Yes. Does it check the box for a lot of Heaven Hill bourbon nerds that are going to want to chase the Deatsville? Absolutely. It does check all those boxes that Heaven Hill was probably hoping to get out of this. But is it special enough to be like, I have to run out and get this? I don't think so. Especially not on secondary, which this will probably command probably around $500 to $600 off the bat, knowing that this is going to be super limited. Only 17 barrels. I'm not sure how many bottles there are. I don't want to look through I don't want to look through that whole textbook and try to find it. But when I do the review for it, I'll see if I can find out that information. I don't know. This to me is, I think it's better than good. I think it's very good. But to me, I've had very good single barrel picks that can measure up to this. So there's really, this to me, yes, while it feels special because it is only from Deatsville and coming across a Deatsville only barrel pick, you don't come across that too often. So maybe that's kind of the one thing that this bottle will have. But other than that, this doesn't really stand out to me as like something we have to run out and get. So that's the best way I could put it for you guys. Let me catch up. Hey, we got a super chat. Hey, Jason, have you heard anything about Russell Reserve 10 going on allocation? The price also went up $9 to $10. Just seeing if you had any thoughts on this. Outside the star, I've been hearing that for the last 2 months. I don't see that happening at all. So yeah, I haven't. I've heard rumors of that, but I don't know if Rarebird has heard the same thing. But I haven't heard that happening at all. So I guess we'll see. Deatsville or the 9th? I like the Deatsville over the 90th for sure. But remember, the 90th had some of those like heavy charred, those toasted barrels in it. I'm not a big toasted guy. I like this better. But I feel like you got more value for, unless the Deatsville is going to come in one of those boxes. I don't know. 17 barrels is probably like 15 to 2,000 bottles, I would say. Yeah, so I think it's going to be super limited. I don't think it's going to command. Oh, shit, we have 457 people watching, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please hit that like button below if you're here, or if it's your first time here, please subscribe. I appreciate everybody watching tonight. I appreciate it, guys. Can somebody tell me if the Mets won or lost tonight? Because the meme of the week has to do with the Mets. I have 2 memes this week, so. Do you like it better than EC15? It's a great question. I think it's close. It's closer than I feel like it should be. The proofs are close. EC15, well, here's the thing, too. EC15 is very dependent on the single barrel you get. But I am sure that there are some Elijah Craig 15 single barrels that are out there that could probably go head-to-head with this or even exceed it. Because the barrel that I got, which is barrel 33, that one has good viscosity. It has a dark, rich fruit flavor, much like this. So I feel like, and it's 2 years older. So I just think if I'm going to spend the money, I'd probably rather seek out an Elijah Craig 15. You get 2 more years on it. It's cheaper than this is. And if you hit on a really good single barrel, that could be your best alternative. I haven't heard that either. I see plenty of Russell Reserve 10 everywhere, but I'll keep my ear out. Yeah, I've been hearing that here and there for the last couple months. Rare bird. I'm not sure if you have, but it's kind of, I've never heard anything about Russell's Reserve 10 going away. I like that they're releasing these, but tying them to a paid tour for your only chance to get them is a bit crazy, just like the Unity bottle. For sure. For sure. Get another C923 for less than 200. I feel like that's a better value. You could. I'm a sucker for these 250th releases. I want to see what the McBrayer is. Outside the Star, yes. Oh, they actually won a game. Holy shit. Look at that. Love EC15. They still suck. Love EC15. I got a bottle at cost. The Mets sweep the series, but can they take down OKC? The Mets, what? Yeah, I think you have the wrong sport, buddy. EC15 was such a banger product and surprise this year. For me, too. I agree, Mac. I did not expect to like it that much. Just had a pour of the NBC Rabbit bottle after an older GTS, and man, that Rabbit stands up. Not going away, but definitely allocated now. I'm trying to find out why. Yeah, it was. I get it. I get it now, Sunday Evening Scotch. You can't always read sarcasm in a chat sometimes. Sorry. Trying them to tour kicks out a lot of the flippers, and more goes to those who really want it. That's true. That's true, Alan. I mean, it's really good. It is really good. It's that texture that it has. It just grips. That's the best part of it. Really grips onto the palate. Really great flavors. Everything you're looking for in a 13-year-old product. I mean, just the oak, the sweet oak, the cherry, that pecan note that it has. It's got, even for the proof, it's got a good finish to it. It's a great bourbon. If you're on a tour and you want to grab it, I'll say this: you're not going to be disappointed. But anybody who overpays for this already at $200, just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's a very good bottle, but I don't think it's worth paying up for. So there you go. That's my Deatsville. Let's get into the McBrayer, and then we'll do the Stag. So this is the new WH McBrayer small batch barrel strength special edition release. Guys, these 250th bottles are coming out everywhere. Everyone's coming out with a 250. Actually, if we go to some of the new labels that are coming out, you guys could see them here. We have Sagamore is coming out with the America 250th anniversary. We have, I thought I saw another 250th. Yeah, this one, Barrel Craft Bourbon, is also coming out with a 250th. Actually, I can kind of get into the news here a little bit just on this bottle alone. But this is the latest batch of Barrel Bourbon, which celebrates America's 250th anniversary. It's batch 38. Again, Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, and Maryland in this release. The label's red, white, and blue. 15-year-old Tennessee bourbon and other bourbons ranging. Well, the entire blend will range from 8 to 15 years old. Suggested retail price for this one, $84.99 per 750 milliliter bottle. So there you go on that one. Another big bottle that popped up. It's not a 250th, but William Heaven Hill is coming out. We're going to see a 17-year bottled and bond. The 15-year bottled and bond that they released a couple years ago was absolutely amazing. I have high hopes for this one. Not sure if I'll be able to get one, but this is going to be, I think, pretty damn good. For those of you that are Garrison Brothers fans, as you can see, Garrison Brothers has a couple new releases coming out, and this is a pair of 8-year-old sherry finished bourbons from Garrison Brothers. So these are their, I guess, inaugural expressions, finish in PX casks and finish in Oloroso casks. So you have two different one PX, one Oloroso. Both releases begin as 4-year-old Garrison Brothers, aged in new American oak barrels before spending an additional 4 years in Spanish sherry casks. So pretty long maturation, 8 years total, but 4 years and obviously those used sherry casks. These are going to be 109 proof and let's see, $150 each. I don't know. There's something I'm trying to think about Garrison Brothers in sherry. Like, chat, does that sound like delicious to you, or does it sound like worse? I'm asking. What do you guys think? Not very oaky for 15s, but blew me away. Got blueberry pancakes, maple syrup vibe. Oh, on the 15 year? Yeah, for sure. I could see that. Now, William Heaven Hill bottles are always outrageous, and with how exclusive they've gone now, it will go up. Yeah, it will. I think so. No more finished whiskeys. Sounds worse, but Garrison isn't my jam. Effing terrible. Overfinished whiskeys. I don't mind Garrison Brothers, so maybe. Sounds unbelievable, says Roman Carter. Okay, so he's a fan. Here comes the judge. That's right. Hard pass. Cedar Ridge is releasing 9 3/4 year rye on June 5th. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Garrison Brothers sherry. That's one of those, like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm whiskey curious about that. I just want to try a sample of it just to see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting release, but I don't think it's one that I'm gonna be lining up for. We talked about the Buffalo Trace release for sure. A little extra news from the Uncle Nearest side of things, guys. If you guys haven't heard any of the updates, Uncle Nearest, and this came out not too long ago, but it looks like that they were definitely hiding $20 million that Jay-Z loaned was a Jay-Z linked loan from lender. So judge says Uncle Nearest hid $20 million Jay-Z linked loan from lender. So a federal judge has expanded the court-ordered receivership overseeing Uncle Nearest premium whiskey after finding evidence that founder Fawn Weaver allegedly concealed a $20 million loan tied to Jay-Z's investment firm, according to a new ruling reported by the Lynchburg Times. In a 62-page opinion issued Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Charles E. Ackley, Jr. ordered that the receivership controlling the troubled whiskey company be expanded to include Grant Sidney Incorporated, a holding company that the court said was used to obscure the origin of the Jay-Z-linked financing. According to the opinion, the Tennessee distillery-related entities remain deeply insolvent with more than $208 million in total debts. That includes more than $120 million allegedly owed to lender Farm Credit Mid-America, $45 million tied to Whiskey Barrel financing, more than $21 million in other liabilities, and the disputed $20 million loan connected to Jay-Z's investment company, Marcy Penn. The court said the nearest green distillery in Tennessee will remain under the control of receivership, who was appointed after Farm Credit sued the company and the Weavers in 2025. The most explosive section of this is that, according to the court, Uncle Nearest opened a bank account specifically to receive these funds before the money was transferred into the Grant Sidney account. So the court said the Weavers represented the funds as a loan from Grant Sidney rather than from an outside party. There's only one reasonable conclusion the judge wrote. According to the Lexington Herald Leader, Uncle Nearest, under Fawn Weaver's leadership, concealed its dealings and misrepresented the $20 million loan Uncle Nearest as an infusion of Grant Sidney's own funds. Holy shit. So, oh my God. Like, how much worse, how bad can this get? So now they're showing that Fawn Weaver and Company opened up a kind of a ghost bank account so they could put these funds in there and had the funds go in there under a different name, even though it was linked to Jay-Z's investment corp. Now, if you guys remember, a month ago or 2 months ago, this was called out that she was, that I think the court had found out that she was asking for an investment from Jay-Z, but it was blocked. It looks like she did it anyway and tried to do it under the radar. What is she doing? Oh my God, they are so screwed. I don't know where you go from here, honestly. We need to get the Scooby-Doo crew. And you know the part of Scooby-Doo when they take the hood off and they reveal the actual criminal? It's Jay-Z the whole time. Or they take the hood off and it's just Beyonce standing there with a bottle of Sir Davis whiskey. Buy this instead, bitches. Oh my God. I mean, it doesn't say anything about jail time, but I don't think that would be jail time, but it definitely like proves fraud. And obviously, it's a misrepresentation. It just makes the money that they owe a lot worse, and any semblance of them trying to hold on to that brand is just gone. There's no way. So, oh my gosh. To quote Beyonce, "Uh oh, this is the comment of the night." Or to quote Scooby Doo, "Ruh-roh, ruh-roh, something's happening." Oh my God. That's fucking crazy. What is she doing? Okay, I guess we'll find out more as we go along. Also, big news. If you guys, I just want to talk about this amazing lady right here. If you guys haven't heard yet, Master Blender Nancy Fraley has announced her retirement from Joseph Magnus. The celebrated blender and spirits consultant isn't leaving American whiskey entirely, though she's ready to pass the baton to a new generation of industry professionals at Joseph Magnus. So Nancy Fraley, seen as one of American whiskey's most celebrated blenders, the list of brands she's consulted reads like a who's who of successful whiskey producers: Frey Ranch, Still Austin, Virginia Distillery, Wyoming Whiskey, and the list goes on and on. But she was well known for literally changing the whiskey landscape when she started taking the helm for Joseph Magnus. Of course, in true Fraley fashion, she's not stepping away entirely and will continue to work on some upcoming releases. The bulk of responsibilities, however, will shift to head blender Will Fabry. Fraley has lent a broad scope of knowledge in so many American producers, but she's likely best known for her work with the Michigan-based Joseph A. Magnus and Company, where she served as master blender since 2014. She wrote, "I'm very proud that I was able to recreate a modern version of our flagship triple cast product from about 250 milliliters of liquid from an 1892 bottle," Fraley says, speaking exclusively to Forbes. To determine it had either been aged or finished in sherry cask, I felt like it's something special. It gave me historical permissions to create what she created. Cheers to Nancy Fraley. And, I know she has a lot of things that she's working on, but her work with Joseph Magnus, you cannot argue against the fact that she changed the American whiskey landscape with Cigar Blend. What she did with Cigar Blend was carbon copied, replicated, whatever you want to call it. It was Cigar Blend never became a standard form of whiskey making. There was no regulation around it. You could kind of make whatever you wanted with, a cigar blend could be whatever you thought a cigar blend should be, whether you wanted to use rum, whether you wanted to use literal burnt cigar leaves, tobacco leaves, whether it was, using Amburana like we saw. There was no like actual, way that you had to create a cigar blend. But all in all, every cigar blend that any other producer put out there was always and will always be compared to what Nancy Fraley did. So she is literally the GOAT. She will always be the GOAT. And we wish her the best as she moves forward, although I know she has a lot going on still. But congrats, Nancy. And Will, who I've met at Joseph Magnus, he's a great dude. He has pretty much been, working side by side with Nancy for a long time now. So I think it's in good hands. So we'll see what happens next. Whiskey Knows, he had a great live stream, I think, last night. Nancy Fraley was on, and I think she talks a little bit more about the retirement. So if you guys want to tune into that, check out Whiskey Knows. He has a cool video, a live stream that he did. Nancy was on with them last night talking. I couldn't tune in because I was at Turkey, but I listened to some of it already. She talks a little bit about the retirement, what's next for her. So if you're really interested, tune into that and check it out. Any mod that's in there, you could, if you want to drop the link to Marty's stream from last night, feel free to do that. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about, wait, hold on one quick. I think that's it as far as news goes. I got to show this guy. As if we needed another friggin' Knob Creek. I love Jim Beam, but they will not stop. Here's another one, guys. The Knob Creek Trail Master Edition. This is like, I don't know what this means. Don't know. But at this point, we have more knobs than an apartment building. So many knobs. Knob Creek 9 Trail Master. This sounds like a collaboration. I couldn't find anything that actually says that that's what it is. I couldn't find anything to confirm that, but Trailmaster Edition, it's another knob. We have another knob coming in, just letting you guys know. Okay, now time for another bourbon meme of the week. I was asking about the Mets because I have two memes. One's whiskey related, and one is about my my Met fandom. So let's go to the Mets one first, guys. Bourbon meme of the week. Mets are so bad that none of my Yankee fan friends, 90% of my friends, have reached out to give me shit. Not a single one has taunted me in the last 2 weeks. I think they're legitimately concerned for my well-being. It's this hit home for me because my family, a lot of my friends are pretty much Yankee fans. And when the Yankees and Mets are going like head to head, like record wise, like not that happens very often, but when the Mets are actually good, there's a lot of taunting. There's a lot of back and forth, obviously. But the fact that I'm hearing nothing from Yankee fans, I feel like they're seriously concerned for Mets fans' well-being. And yeah, Mr. Met's ready to jump off a bridge. Yeah, this is how every Met fan feels right now. I'm just saying this thing cracked me up. So I literally laughed out loud when I saw this one. And for our I guess whiskey related meme of the week. This one cracked me up. Don't let anyone talk you out of visiting the Kentucky Bourbon Trail for $3,000. That $5,000 will be the best $10,000 you've ever spent. And this is so true because you go to the Bourbon Trail and you feel like you're not going to spend that much or you have a budget, and then all of a sudden it blows up into $3,000 and then $5,000 and then $10,000. I don't know if anyone always spends $10,000, but you can spend some money very quick on the Bourbon Trail. So when I read, don't let anyone talk you out of visiting the Kentucky Bourbon Trail for $3,000, sounds about right. But that $5,000 will be the best $10,000 you've ever spent. I thought that was kind of cool. That cracked me up. Sunny Evenings Guy says accurate. Yeah. This bourbon meme is neither about bourbon or a meme. The Mash and Drum, have you heard anything about the Bradshaw single barrel 12-year single barrel bourbon at Cask Strength? Yes. So those are being sourced from Barton. So I do think it's more Barton whiskey, but I can't confirm that. But that's what I heard that they were. So yeah, 12-year. There's a lot of high age Barton out there, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's more of it coming out of a different brand. They're playing fun baseball. Are they really though? A 4-wheel drive knob? Yeah, that's what that sounded to me, the Trailblazer edition. Hey, Wings and Whiskey comes in. Dude, I stopped giving my buddy shit for the Mets because it's so bad. I even stopped super chatting, go Yankees in here out of sympathy. That, you're a man of the people, Wings and Whiskey. Thank you for thinking of my feelings. Not everybody is so delicate. Can we talk about Willett Potstill already? What do you want to talk about Willett Potstill? As a Royals fan, I sympathize. More like playing T-ball. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Jay Reekin. Nothing screams innovation like slapping Trailmaster on your 47 Knob Creek. Yeah, Rob, exactly. I'm just not sure what's going on with that one. Okay. So, W.H. McBrayer, long history. I did a video on the original William McBrayer, the judge that came out. William H. McBrayer was a judge, he has a connection to Wild Turkey, I believe. I think the same property, or it was close to the property. I was trying to think exactly the connection. But this was a whiskey brand with a very unique mash bill back in the day. Bill McBrayer, who actually lives right here in Columbus, revived it about maybe 5 years ago. It's been longer than that. I'm trying to remember. The Mets are on the Willett. Oh, the Mets are the Willett Potstill of baseball. That's pretty funny. So they just released this. This 250th anniversary. It's a small batch blend. I'm trying to remember the stats for this one. It's younger whiskey, but the flavors in this for a younger whiskey are really impressive. 105 proof on this one. And McBrayer was so cool at the blitzes. Brad Tanica, yeah, really, really great. Really great group to talk to and learn about. Actually, let me see if I can. You see Russell Reserve pick from the McBrayer campus all the time. Yeah, exactly, the McBrayer campus. Okay, let me see if I can look up the details here. McBrayer 250th. Yep. Let's see if we have it here. Nope, that's about the revival. Spirits. I'm not sure if he released this yet. Did he release this yet? Maybe not. Maybe it's not on here yet. I sent you a deal in Discord about Trailmaster Knob. Oh, did you? I'll have to look at that. Old McBrayer. I guess he hasn't released details on this yet. All right, let's taste it anyway. Because I'm trying to remember, like I think this is the mash bill that is contract distilled for them. So it's a younger whiskey, but the blends that they're doing with this mash bill is really, really interesting. As a Cubs fan, it's always our year until it isn't. Only 90 more years. Wait to see what Bill's doing with property. Damn, where's Top Jimmy when you? Top Jimmy's probably drinking somewhere. I know he has all the info on this. I'll find it here as I give you the tasting notes, guys. Give me 1 second. Hey, what are the details for the McBrayer 250th? Okay, he should get back to me. But let's get into tasting notes here. I think this is a really cool release. The McBrayer releases have actually changed quite a bit as they've gotten older, but this one I think gives you actually a really good. Oh, here we go. Somebody already texted it. Here we go. Perfect. 11 barrels, 5, 6, and 7 year barrels with the Judge mash bill, which is 88 corn, 5 rye, 5 barley. I'm sorry, 88.4 corn, 5.8 rye, and 5.8 barley. So that's what you got here in this glass. Sorry, guys. Thank you for texting that over. So I got to try kind of the initial blend of this a while ago, and I think since it's been mingling in the tank, it's just gotten better and better. But this thing gives you... I mean, it's high corn, so it is sweet. This is candy. Jolly Rancher candy. With some oak, some sweetness. But, you know, I will say this isn't going to have like the rich sweet oak, if that's what you're looking for. This is more of like more of a candy sweet type of bourbon experience with just a little bit of oak on it. But I think the sweetness works really well because you have a little bit of citrus, you have a ton of vanilla, you have your dark caramels, but I think it's like the dark fruit notes in here that are kind of getting me. They kind of bring you into this almost, it's like borderline raisin, which is kind of crazy for something that's this young. There's like this sweet almond hit to it. Almost like a cotton candy in here too. There's a lot of sweet flavors to this one. I don't think it's on the website yet, Whiskey. I just checked, Marty. This shit is good. It's candy sweet, man. It is candy sweet. And I think the bottle's only like $100 or something like that. It is not expensive. So you get this really nice commemorative box, gold, and it's really cool. Just a really nice package. Let me throw the there you go. Let me throw that up there. They're releasing it. Oh, on June 6th is releasing, so it's not out yet. It's getting there. I just saw the AI picture of me with glasses. You guys are assholes. But there's a Mick Brayer label. Oh my god, you guys are assholes. Whatever. Yep, June 6th is coming out. So keep an eye on McBrayer Legacy Spirits, June 6th. I can't wait to see when people get this, what they think of it. I think people will be really surprised by this one. Always good price points for McBrayer as well. But, you know, as I said, get a really nice box. The presentation's great. It's super sweet. This is good. This is super sweet without any sort of like youthful component to it. There might be a twinge of it, but really the sweetness and that little bit of an oak note really kind of take it over on the back end. It's delicious stuff, guys. If you guys have not tried a McBrayer yet, this might be the one you want to try. That mash bill is just really unique. Again, talking about things that are different to try, this one might be up your alley if you like really sweet high corn whiskeys. So let me put that away. Speaking of sweet whiskeys, let's get into Stag. Now, when I tried the Stag 26A, that was that week I wasn't like feeling the best, and my palate was getting shot. So I want to revisit these. I want to see. A lot of people have been coming into slide into my DMs and telling me, dude, you got to revisit 26A. I think it's better than 25D. I was like, come on. But here we are. Prove me wrong. You can prove me wrong. That's fine. Let's see what I think here. This is the so this is a 26A. She's a dark lady. And let me confirm this is the 25D, right? 25D. All right, guys. I wish I could have done this blind, but I just don't have. I didn't have anybody to pour these for me tonight, so. Okay, let's try them. What's going on here? Sorry, guys. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of assholes that went to the event, you know, at Wild Turkey and were flipping the bottles right from the parking lot. I mean, they knew about it, but, you know, you can't stop that shit. But, I mean, it was kind of funny because Bruce even knew. He's like, you could tell the guys that were the flippers because during the whole presentation, they weren't really looking up. They weren't really drinking anything. They were looking at their phone the whole time. They obviously didn't care. All they wanted to do was make money. So, but I mean, it's unfortunately the nature of the beast. And a release like that for them is big money. So, you know, unfortunately, it's the world we live in. It sucks. And it's the worst part of whiskey, especially when you have a bottle like that, you know, Bruce and the family put so much of their heart and soul into, and guys are just using it to make money, especially when you get it signed by Bruce, which ups the value even more, which is also bullshit. But it is what it is. Will they blacklist seems something they could do? I mean, I'm not sure how they track that. You know, the problem is, guys, too, you got to remember that most guys who flip don't use their real names. They'll just put it in a random name as their profile for flipping. So you can't always exactly know who the real person is. You know, people use pseudonames, obviously, because they, you know, don't want to get tracked back to them. So, I mean, I get it. What sneakers did you wear to the event? Oh, I wore I mean, you're not going to know what they are with their Jordan 1 Rui Hachimura Jordan 1 lows that are like super limited. I have a pair. I'd never worn them yet. They had some gold around the Nike symbol. So I thought it was kind of fitting to break them out for a cheesy gold foil event. So, all right, I'm going to go to the 25D first. Give me a great Give me some context to how much I love this again. Feel like some guys let flippers ruin bourbon for them. Shitty, but what can you do? We still have plenty of great stuff to drink and talk about. I think most of the people that were at the event last night for the interview that I did, most of those people were there to enjoy the whiskey and really take in the event, which was really cool. Those Miranda looked a little big for you? I don't even know what the fuck that means, Jeff. Jeff, if you're going to mock me, at least fucking spell it right, idiot. There you go. Sunny and Scotch. Jason's kicks with the gold were absolutely on point last night. Those Jordans looked a little big for you, Jeff. What are you talking about? It's my size. 10.5. They might look a little big, but I have a wide foot, so I got to go. I could probably squeeze into a 10, but I got to go the half size for my wide ass winemaking feet. They don't check ID when you go to the events. They don't. So when you do the event and then you buy your bottle, they don't ask for ID. You just go up and you get it. But they probably should. Boom, roasted. Go Crocs for wide feet? No, Trav. My feet aren't wide as yours. You got them fucking boat feet. Having some 25D with me? All right, John. Let's try this again. Yeah. Like between the as if the fucking short jokes aren't enough. Now I got to hear the shoes too big. What the hell's left? Whatever. Guys just like to make fun of me. They're jealous of how beautiful I am. I think that's what it is. They're just jealous. They're just jealous. Just because Jeff looks like grown-up Bart Simpson, it's not my fault. Yes, I have shitty eyes too. Yep, let's get with that. Bruce did hint at a Christmas rye. If anything, it's definitely one of the chair jokes. Yeah, I mean it's bullshit. So Jason, the size of your head. I kind of do need a hug. I listen, but this is like the best part of the whiskey community, man. We all get on each other. We all give it back. It's the best, man. Yeah, he definitely hinted at Christmas rye. But he mentioned a couple of others he wants to work on down the line. But I think Christmas rye is definitely going to be one that's going to be in the pipeline. All right, let me try this again here real quick. So what I love about 25D is that it's not just candy sweet. There's oak. There's actual oak and heft to it. It's not just candy sweet. I'm telling you. You got like this cherry, grape, and oak combination that's so perfect. I saw you parked in the handicap spot, backed in. I did not back into that spot. Jason, eye so bad last night event was more blurry to him than watching it at home. That's just fucked up, Nathan. Nathan's just jealous because he was at home. He wasn't there. I get it. I understand why I'm getting the flack. He wasn't there. He wished he was there. He wasn't there. So now he's going to give me shit because he couldn't fly his ass out to the event. I get it, Nathan. No, I'm not scrolling up. Screw you, Jeff. I'm not scrolling up. Jason was gifted Jimmy's spot. Yes, I was able to park in Jimmy's Russell's spot. I felt really awkward parking there. They let me park there. All right, let me go to 26A here. 26A, okay. See, this is much sweeter on the nose to me. This has more oak. Honestly, that's 100% true. Jason, I get a hint of bubblegum, cherry cola on the nose on the 26A whiskey nose. Dude, I could see that, man. I definitely get the cherry cola, but there's like a hint of like almost a artificial sweetness to 26A, that could be maybe the bubble gum you're talking about. I don't get bubble gum a lot. Exactly, Mungia. It's okay. Jason, did you have cricket internet? Oh, now Big Vic comes in. Late to the party, Big Vic. Did you have cricket? Dude, screw you. Whatever, dude. Fucking Big Vic. Did you have cricket internet? I disagree wholeheartedly. I don't think 26A is better than 25D by any means. And if you guys that say 26A is better, nope. Not even close. Not even close for me. It's sweeter. The palate does not go from front to back like 25D does. Always about the D. Big Vic, yeah, Big Vic with his jazz hands wants to come in and make fun of me. I see how it goes. Dude, when you go back to it, it's not close. 25D has such a beautiful oak profile to balance the sweetness. You feel it, you get it all the way through. 26A, I'm guaranteeing people that like 26A more than 25D is because it's sweeter. It's candy sweet. This is freaking. It's not batch 15 sweet. That was like eating a bag of Skittles sweet. It's not that sweet, but it's definitely sweeter than this. If you like candy and you like those sweeter flavors, I could totally see why you would like 26A more. But the stags that stand out to me that are the best have a mix of sweet and they have some oak and heft to it. That's what the D has, and that's why I like it more. I'll do a blend of this one. 26A is almost not stag in my opinion. For me, 25D has a vintage note on it as well. Yes, Big Pappy, I could not agree more. There's something old school about 26D. D for the win. I'm not falling into the trap. That's a trap. That's a fucking trap. 22A is very good. I'll give you that, Randall. All right, so if I'm going to blend these, I would probably use 26D as a base because I feel like that has it's the most cohesive. So if I wanted to add some more sweetness to that, I would probably add a little bit more of the A to it. So I'm just going to do a drop of the A into the D. I can't even fucking say it. These letters are terrible. I literally just said I'm going to put some A in the D. That's terrible. All right. Sorry, guys. It's getting late. We're here. We're here for it. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out, watching everybody make fun of me because, they like to make fun of me. They want to be me because they ain't me. Who said that? Not me. I'm gonna start with a little bit of 26A into 25D just to see what that does. Wow, actually the nose is fantastic. John Legalvo, you're gonna have to do the math on that yourself, buddy. They hate us because they ain't us. That's it. That's what it is. Thank you, System Trend. Damn, love you, man. Thank you. Ooh. Guys, that might be the move. On the nose. Let me try the palate. Hold on. Yes. That worked. That gave the 25 a little bit more sweetness than the 26 had, but what the 26 is absolutely missing is that really rich oak note, and I think it just, man, that's really nice. Guys, I'm telling you, Pour like maybe, I don't even know if it's a half ounce, a little bit less than a half ounce of 26A into 25D if you have both. And I'm telling you, if anybody is doing that right now, please tell me, because this is it's a fantastic blend. Ooh, telling you. It gives 25D just a little bit more sweetness. And somehow the texture got better. Even the texture improved. This is blowing my mind, this blend. Pour the A really aggressively. Hates 26A because they taint us. Big Vic, whatever you taste is cardboard, so it doesn't matter what you blend. Anything Big Vic blends turns to cardboard. Yeah, it's kind of a poor man's GTS. Someone should ask him how he feels about Blue Run. Please don't. Listen, Blue Run, guys, what time is it? It's 11:11. Yeah, it's overtime. I was right about Blue Run. What did I say about Blue Run? Blue Run was in it for the money. They were in it for the clout. They were in it for themselves. They were not in it for bourbon drinkers. They were in it to make a quick buck and sell out, and that's what they did, and that's why Blue Run sucks and has always sucked. And that's why I didn't buy the hype. So fuck your butterflies. Thank you so much. Cheers. I'm out. Thanks for being the GOAT and for a great event, brother. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Jason, Vic doesn't get it because he's so used to the cigarette filter notes. He doesn't taste it. Does Blue Run exist anymore? I don't think so. What happened to Blue Run's brand new big distillery? Once Coors bought Blue Run and Blue Run ceased to exist, there was never going to be a distillery made. Never going to be a distillery made. That was all smoke and mirrors to up the value of Blue Run. I'm telling you, that's what that was. They came out with these plans. We're going to make this the most technologically advanced Apple technology style distillery that anyone's ever seen. That was smoke and mirrors to up the value because they were going to sell it. All those guys, all those people that were involved with Blue Run, they were in it to make the quick buck, to make the quick turnaround, get in, build up a fan base, make their money, have someone buy it, and then get out. That's exactly what they did. I told everybody that's what they were going to do, and that's what happened. So all the people that were all like, crazy about Blue Run, I was right. I'm not right a lot of the times, but I was right about Blue Run. No, Shook. Dan learned what Blue Run was about. Dan was all about Blue Run in the beginning, and I told him, be careful. Dan knows now about Blue Run. Yep. Did anybody do this blend? Did anybody do this blend? Just asking real quick. Does anybody do this blend? Blue Run got clearance out around here last because nobody bought it and it's never been back. Yep. What did Nathan write? Coors should buy Uncle Nearest. I don't think they can afford Uncle Nearest. They got to clear all that debt. Jeez. Dan crying in a corner. Yeah, 24B, not as bad, but it was just not Buffalo Trace. Yeah, can't wait for the Power Bottom release. Yeah, Big Vic. Yeah, the going joke, the Power Bottom. I get it. Big Vic, get some new material. Go, again, like I said last week, go sit in the corner for 10 minutes. You deserve it. What the heck is with Whistle Pig? I don't see many reviews on it and see so many expensive bottles at every store. They're going through a little bit of a identity crisis, I think Whistle Pig is. Jason the Blue Run, go home and get your fucking Shinebacks. Dude, that's not wrong. Jason, I haven't done that blend yet, but the homemade poor man's GTS label ideas are already running through my head. I'm telling you, man, do it. I don't know anyone who drinks Whistle Pig. I think they're going through a little bit of an identity crisis as far as like where their brand is going. If you look at their core lineup, a lot of the they have like an 80 proof rye. Then they have this 100, this low proof one. That seems to be the favorite, which is the 12 year, right? The 12 year seems to be the universal favorite with the 3 different finishes, but it's at like 90 something proof. It's a low proof. And then you have this huge jump to the 15 year, and then the 20 something years that go way up in price. There's just no continuity there. And then a lot of the special releases that Whistle Pig does are all these weird collabs with racing teams, with surf style sunglasses, with what's the other thing that they did? Liquid Death. Finish with liquid, proof down with liquid death water. Like, it just got too gimmicky, and I just think they've lost their way with what they are. So I think Whistle Pig has some work to do on that if they want to stay relevant. I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. Farm stock. Yep. Solo stove. That's a great call out. The solo stove one, which came with like a little solo stove. It was terrible. Whistle Pig is to collabs as good times as to finishes. That's good, egg roll. Should I crack my 25D and 26A to do the blend? You don't have to do it right now. I'm just saying, P. Bellinardo, when you get to that point, try it out. It's pretty good. You put a little bit of the 26A into the 25D, and it does really, like, the texture is better, adds a little sweetness. That is a killer blend. I might pour a bunch of this into the rest of this bottle just to make like a great blend of it. But shoot, that's good. Did I forget anything else to try tonight? Is there anything else you guys want me to try or do before we call it a night? Or if I drank enough whiskey and you guys just want to make fun of me more because, because you're assholes. What do we got? Never liked Whistle Pig or Angel's Envy. So you're saying I should not have purchased a case of Whistle Pig finished in Aquafina bottles? Yeah, that might have been a bad purchase. 22A versus 25D. Okay, I could do that. Let me see if I could find 22A. And then we'll call it a night. Give me 1 second here, guys. Can I find 22A? That's not it. Son of a biscuit. Oh, I found 22B. Where's A? Shit. Is that it? Found it. Yes. 22A. All right. Well, that's a blend, so I'm going to have to pour a little bit more of this. Hold on 1 second. All right, 25D. Let's get some 22A in the glass. 22A is the one that actually keeps coming up as a lot of people's favorites. 22A is, 132.2 proof. And 25D, 129.2. So a little bit of a proof difference here. Let's see which one I like more. And then we'll call it a night. And then we'll do a mega blend of all three of these. See if that works. Jason's bunker is like a warehouse from the end of Raiders. Dude, I got shit everywhere in here. I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna raffle off for the fundraiser. I think I'm gonna raffle off like spend a day in the whiskey room. You can drink whatever you want. Thanks so much, Matt Robinson. Thanks for comparing the two. Oh, I appreciate the super chat, man. Mojo says I thought 22A sucked. Okay. All right, so on the nose, I like 25D better. Again, it has to do with that oak note. Just there's more oak and more heft on the nose. But 22A, it gets back to like that cherry grapiness that people love in Stag, and I could see people liking that a lot. Yeah, I could see why people love 22A so much. This has some sweet, but a little bit of darkness as well. It almost gets into like a very concentrated, almost like a grape Jolly Rancher type of sweetness to it. Little bit of oak, not as much as this as the 25D though. Yeah, 25D for the win. Still, I still like 25D because it has, somebody had put in the chat before, there's like an old school funkiness to it that's so good. 25D is the GOAT, man. Right now, that's the batch to beat. All right, I'm gonna pour a little 22A in there. And that's the blend. This is the straight 26A. Let's whip it real good before we call it a night, guys. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, especially after last night's live stream, which I know didn't turn out the greatest, but it was still an amazing night either way. Next time, we're just going to record it live, and I'll post it. That'll probably be the best way to do it, trying to rely on other internets. But still super proud of the event. They got a lot of great feedback from Wild Turkey, from everybody who attended. So all in all, I think it was successful from that standpoint. That didn't work. Too much stagginess in one glass. All right, guys, real quick. Next week, I'm hoping to announce when the finals of Blend Again are going to be. Also, we're going to find out who's going to win the wild card spot between Bo's Wine Guy and Jeffrey Wack. And I'll also get a quick glimpse at the bottles that are going to be in the fundraiser as we go forward. Guys, there is a link that is pinned to the chat, on top of the chat. If you haven't clicked it yet, if you have a bottle you would like to donate to the fundraiser, please go fill out that form. Please fill out that form. I just said fill out that form. I've had a lot of whiskey. Fill out that form. And I appreciate anyone who donates. It's much appreciated. As I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. Love you guys. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for all the support. Almost 500 people in the chat tonight. I really appreciate it. And as I always say, I think I already said it. It's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. Cheers. Big Vic, Sugget, and love you guys. I'll see you right here next week. Cheers.